In the high-stakes world of Formula One, a seismic shift is underway that could reshape the sport's landscape. Cadillac, the iconic American luxury brand, isn't just dipping its toes into phone, they're diving in headfirst with a shocking $30 million sponsorship deal on the table, and their eyes set on one of the sport's most experienced leaders. The story that's sending shockwaves through the paddock centers on Christian Horner, the recently departed Red Bull Racing chief, who could be making an unexpected return to lead America's newest phone venture. After 2 decades of turning Red Bull from underdogs into champions, Horner's potential move to Cadillac would be nothing short of extraordinary. The parallels to Red Bull's early days are impossible to ignore, notes veteran phone analyst Marcus Thompson. In 2005, Horner took charge of an unproven team and built them into a dynasty. Now, he could be poised to do it all over again with Cadillac, but this time with 20 years of championship-winning experience in his pocket. But Horner isn't the only blockbuster name in this unfolding drama. Valtteri Bottas, the Finnish driver with 10 Grand Prix victories to his name, has already signed on the dotted line to lead Cadillac's charge in 2026. This isn't just speculation. Multiple sources confirm the deal was sealed in August 2025, with an official announcement expected to drop at the Dutch Grand Prix. The signing of Bottas speaks volumes about Cadillac's ambitions. During his tenure at Mercedes alongside Lewis Hamilton, Bottas achieved something remarkable: IOD. He never missed a single Q3 appearance. That's the kind of consistency that makes team principals sit up and take notice. What Bottas brings to the table is invaluable, explains former Mercedes communications chief Bradley Lord. Beyond his raw speed, he's proven instrumental in developing young talent. His technical feedback is exceptional, and that's exactly what a new team needs to find their footing in phone. But here's where things get really interesting. While Bottas is locked in, the battle for the second seat has turned into one of the most intriguing storylines in recent phone history. At the center of it all is Sergio Perez, the Mexican veteran who's looking for redemption after his Red Bull exit. The numbers behind Perez's potential move are staggering. His backers are prepared to inject any $30 million into Cadillac's coffers, a game-changing sum for a new team. But this isn't just about money. Perez remains the only driver in Red Bull's history to finish second in the championship. While his teammate claimed the title, not even Mark Webber achieved that during Red Bull's golden era. It's a calculated risk, notes motorsport strategist Sarah Chen. That kind of financial backing could fast-track Cadillac's development program, but they have to weigh it against the potential performance implications. In phone, money talks, but speed is what wins races. The youth movement hasn't been forgotten either. Felipe Drugovich, the dominant 2024 F2 champion, is making a strong case for the second seat. His commanding performance in F2 turned heads throughout the paddock, and his current role as Aston Martin's reserve driver has only enhanced his reputation. What makes this situation even more complex is the technical partnership Cadillac has secured with Ferrari. Starting in 2026, their cars will be powered by the iconic Italian manufacturer's engines, a deal that could give them a crucial edge right out of the gate. Looking at how Alpine and Aston Martin operate, buying into an existing team would cost upwards of $300 million for just a 20% stake, explains phone financial analyst Robert Martinez. Cadillac's approach, building from scratch with proven leadership and Ferrari power, could prove to be the smarter long-term strategy. But the real wildcard in all of this remains Horner. His potential appointment would represent more than just a team principal hire. It would be a statement of intent from Cadillac. Sources close to the situation suggest that Graham Loden, initially announced as team principal, could step aside if Horner comes on board. The timing couldn't be more critical. With new regulations coming in 2026, every team will essentially be starting from scratch. This levels the playing field for newcomers like Cadillac, especially if they can combine Horner's experience with Bottas's technical prowess and either Perez's backing or Drugovich's raw talent. As the 2026 season approaches, Cadillac's groundbreaking entry into Formula One isn't just about assembling a dream team, it's about revolutionizing how new teams approach the sport. Their partnership with Ferrari for power units has sent ripples through the paddock, with many seeing it as a masterstroke that could accelerate their journey to competitiveness. When you look at the history of new teams in phone, those who've succeeded almost always had strong technical partnerships from day one, explains Dr. Elena Rodriguez, motorsport technology analyst. Cadillac's deal with Ferrari isn't just about engines, it's about tapping into decades of phone expertise. What makes this partnership particularly intriguing is its timing. With the 2026 regulations introducing significant changes to power unit design, every manufacturer will be starting from a relatively clean slate. This could help level the playing field for Cadillac, especially with Ferrari's proven track record of adapting to regulatory changes. But perhaps the most fascinating aspect of Cadillac's approach is their adoption of NASA-inspired project management principles. It's an unconventional move that's raising eyebrows and expectations. They're treating their phone entry more like a space mission than a traditional racing program, with an emphasis on long-term planning and systematic innovation. This isn't just about building a fast car, says Thomas Mitchell, aerospace engineering consultant turned phone technical director. It's about creating sustainable success through methodical development. NASA's approach to project management has given us everything from memory foam to water filtration systems. Applying these principles to phone could be revolutionary. The timing of their entry coincides with a broader shift in Formula One's landscape. The sport's growing popularity in the United States has created perfect conditions for an American manufacturer to make their mark. With 3 US races on the calendar and viewership numbers soaring, Cadillac's arrival couldn't be better timed. Market analysts predict that Cadillac's entry could trigger a domino effect of American investment in phone. We're seeing unprecedented interest from US corporations in Formula One, reveals Maria Hernandez, sports marketing executive. Cadillac's presence could open the floodgates for more American brands to enter the sport, either as team owners or major sponsors. The financial implications of their entry strategy are equally compelling. While established teams are commanding astronomical prices for even minority stakes, FAT, with recent valuations putting a 20% share at over $300 million, Cadillac's approach of building from the ground up could prove more cost-effective in the long run. But it's not just about money. The technical challenges ahead are formidable, and Cadillac's success will largely depend on how well they integrate their various components, from Ferrari's power unit to their own chassis design. The ghost of past failed phone ventures looms large, but Cadillac seems determined to learn from others' mistakes. The key difference here is preparation, notes former phone technical director James Richardson. Most new teams rush to make the grid, but Cadillac's timeline suggests they're prioritizing getting it right over getting it done quickly. That's refreshingly mature for a new entry. The driver market implications of Cadillac's entry extend beyond their own lineup. Young talents like Jack Crawford and Alex Dunn find themselves in a unique position, competing for a seat in a brand new team that could offer more patience and development time than established outfits. Meanwhile, the potential arrival of Christian Horner could fundamentally alter Phone's competitive dynamics. His proven ability to build championship-winning teams from scratch makes him an invaluable asset, especially for a new entry facing the sport's steep learning curve. Recent comments from Mario Andretti about Horner's situation have added another layer to the narrative. Sometimes, a fresh start is exactly what both parties need. Andretti observed at a recent motorsport forum, "What happened at Red Bull doesn't diminish Horner's achievements or capabilities. If anything, it makes him more dangerous as a competitor." The technical regulations for 2026 represent both a challenge and an opportunity. With significant changes to aerodynamics and power unit design, every team will face a learning curve. For Cadillac, this means their lack of historical data might be less of a disadvantage than it would be under stable regulations. Their methodical approach to team building has impressed industry veterans. Rather than rushing to announce their full lineup, they're carefully evaluating each potential team member's fit within their long-term vision. This patience could pay dividends when the lights go out in 2026. What we're seeing is a new template for entering Formula One, observes motorsport historian Claire Bennett. Instead of trying to buy success through massive immediate investment, Cadillac is building something sustainable. It's less flashy, but potentially more effective in the long run. As the pieces continue to fall into place, one thing becomes clear: Cadillac's entry into Formula One represents more than just another team joining the grid. It's a testament to the sport's evolving landscape, where methodical planning and strategic partnerships might prove more valuable than blank checks and quick fixes. Their success or failure could reshape how future manufacturers approach phone, making their journey about much more than just their own ambitions. It's about proving that with the right combination of experience, innovation, and patience, breaking into Formula One's elite circle isn't just possible, it's achievable.